Hello everyone, my name is Paul and today I'm going to talk about looping structures in shell programming. So the very first question I'm going to solve in this video is Fibonacci series. So for generating a Fibonacci series, I'm going to first ask the user to enter a particular number which will be the range of a Fibonacci series. That means if the value is 4, I will be displaying all the first 4 numbers in the Fibonacci series. Okay, so first to take the input from the user and store it in a variable called n0, and then I'm going to initialize 2 variables, that is a and b. A will be equal to 0 and b will be equal to 1, and I'm going to echo or display both these variables, because Fibonacci series always start with 0 and 1. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to minus the input number with 2, because already the starting 2 values of Fibonacci series has been printed, that is 0 and 1. So after minusing it by 2, I'm going to run a for loop which will run till my n1. N1 is the new value, that is input minus 2. So the condition is I is equal to 0, I is smaller than n1, I plus plus. And then now for a loop in shell programming, the syntax is we write the keyword called for and then put 2 opening brackets and then give the condition and then close it by 2 closing bracket and then give the keyword called do. So as soon as the do keyword is given, the for loop actually begins. Now inside do, I'm going to give the expression which I have to run inside the loop, and here the expression is C is equal to expr $b plus $a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a and b and add it and store it in the variable called c and then display the value c. And after displaying each c value, I'm going to swap this a and b with the value c. So after echoing c, I will always swap I will always save the value in b in a and value of c in b. So this way I'm going to generate all my Fibonacci series till my loop ends. So this is the output for my coding. You can see over here I have asked my user to enter a number and the number given is 4. So I'm going to print all the starting I'm going to print the 4 starting numbers of Fibonacci series. Sorry, numbers are 0, 1, 1 and 2. Okay, second question is sum of series. Sum of series, and the series here is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, therefore till n square. So the question is that I have to add all the squares of odd numbers. So for this I'm going to first ask my user to enter a number and then I'm going to read it and store it in a variable called n. Then I'm going to initialize j variable as 1 and the sum is equal to 0. Okay, then I'm going to use a for loop. Inside the for loop, I'm going to run it till it reaches n. So I begins by 0 and it will end till it is smaller than n. As soon as it becomes equal to n, the loop will stop. And I will not increment I by only 1. I will increment by 2 because it's an odd number. So to get the next odd number, I have to add a particular number with 2. Okay, now. Then inside the for loop I'm going to give the expression as v is equal to expr $j into $j. So this I'm doing to get the square of a particular number. So as soon as I get an odd number, I'm going to square it and I'm going to add it and keep it inside a variable called sum. So initially the value inside the sum will be 0. So the very first when the first loop will run, it will add 0 plus 1. So when it becomes 0 plus 1, it will be stored in the sum. The variable called sum. The answer will be 1, and then I will increment my j with 2. So for incrementing, I use expression expr $j plus 2. So expr is used to do any expressions, and $j is used to get the value of a particular variable. Okay, so after incrementing it by 2, I will repeat the loop, and each time an odd number will be fetched and a square will be added to the existing sum variable. Okay, now one more thing over here. If the input is an odd number, it will it will go till that particular odd number. But if the input is an even number, it will add till the odd number which comes directly before that particular even number. Okay, so you can see the output for this question is I asked the user to give a number and it has given 4. So 4 is an even number. So you will only add the squares of the previous number, that is previous odd number, that is 3. So the answer is 1 square plus 3 squares. So 1 plus 9, that is 10. Okay. The third question is to find if a particular number is an Armstrong number or not. So for that, I'm going to first ask the user to give a number, and I store it in variable n, and then I'm initializing some variables like a and b, and then I'm going to store the value of n, that is input, into another variable called t, and because I can use this variable t in the future to manipulate it. Okay, so here I'm going to use the looping structure while. So the syntax of while is while, the keyword while, and then two opening bracket, and then I'm going to give the condition in it, and then close by two closing brackets, and then use a keyword called do to begin the loop. Okay, now here the condition is t is greater than 0, so I'm actually going to count the number of digits in a particular number. For doing that, I'm going to do this following three expressions. That is, first one, a is equal to expr $t percentage modulus 10. So what does this expression do is, I'm going to take a number and going to take only the unit or only the number of the digit that was in its units place. So once I get the unit place, I'm going to add the counter. So here the counter is b variable. So as soon as I get a 1 value, I'll add it. I'll add the b variable by 1, and then I'm going to completely remove the unit place by doing the expression expr $t divided by 10. So if the value was 2 and 10, after doing this expression, my third expression, I'll answer will be 21. Okay, so the loop will run till the t is greater than when t is greater than 0. So this way I'm going to count the digits I have in a particular number. Okay, now I'm initializing another variable called sum is equal to 0, and then I'm using a while loop again. So one more thing, to end the while loop, we have to give a keyword called done. Okay, so coming back here, so in this while loop, my condition is q is equal to 0, so q is again the input, and then I'm starting the while loop using the two keyword, and then I'm doing this expressions, that is a is equal to expr $q modulus 10. So again I'm taking the last unit number only. If the answer if the input was 1 2 3, in this expression I'm taking only the 3, the unit place, and then I'm finding the square, or the cube of that particular number, and then I'm storing it, and I'll add all the squares or the cubes of the particular of the digits in a particular number, and then add it. And finally I'll check if the particular sum is equal to the input given, and then if it is equal, then I'll echo it's an Armstrong number. If it is not, I will echo a not Armstrong number. So you can see we have given a number to be checked, that is 153, and the answer is Armstrong number, so it is an Armstrong number. The fourth one is to find a palindrome. So for that I'm asking the user to first enter a number, and then I store it in a number n, in a variable n, and then again I store it in another variable called q, so that I can manipulate it in the future. Then I'm initializing a variable called sum is equal to 0. Now I'm used a while loop to do the particular program. So my condition is q is greater than 0. So now what I'm going to do in while loop is, I'm going to take the first I'm going to take the unit place of that particular digit and multiply it with 10. Add it with at the very beginning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize sum is equal to 0, and then multiply sum is equal to 10, so it will become 0, and then plus the unit place of the first digit. Now then I'm going to remove the unit place and then take the remaining number, then again the while loop will run, and then next unit place will come, and this time I will first multiply 10 with whatever existing value is in the variable sum, and then add it with a. So at the end of this while loop, I'll get a number which will be opposite, or it will get a number which will be the reverse of the input. So if the value was 21, then after this while loop, my output will be 12. So I'm going to reverse digits in the number using this while loop, and then I'm going to check if the input and the sum which I got is similar. If it is similar, it is a palindrome, or if it is not, then it's not a palindrome. So that's what I'm doing over here. So for that, for writing syntax for doing these expressions are a is equal to expr $q modulus 10, taking the unit place, and then sum is equal to expr $sum into, for doing into we always give backslash and then a asterisk sign, 10 plus $a. Then I'm going to remove the unit place by doing q is equal to expr $q by 10, and then finally I'm using if loop to check it, and then echo echoing the descendants according to the condition. Okay, so the output for this is I'm asking, you can see over here I'm asking a number to be checked. I'm giving 1 to 1, so it says it's a palindrome number. Then again I run it and I'm asking another number, so this time I'm giving 23 and it says it's not a palindrome number. Okay, now the next is to find the range, find the prime numbers in a particular range. So for that I'm asking the user to give the first range and then the second range, and then I'm going to run a for loop. And there are two, this is a concept of nested for loop. The first for loop, the condition is I is equal to $R1, I is smaller than $R2, I plus plus. So I'm going to start from the starting range and the ending range, and inside that for loop, so I'm beginning the for loop by using a do keyword. Initialize a count. So the beginning will be 0, and then inside the for loop I'm going to give another for loop, that is for j is equal to 2, j is smaller than I plus 2, j plus plus. Okay, so I'm initializing, I'm starting this for loop, and inside this nested for loop I have a condition if $I is I modulo j is equal to 0. So if when I divide I and j, if the modulus or the remainder is 0, then I'm going to add my count by 1. So by using the expression expr count plus 1, and then I'm going to break it. Okay, now this is how I'm going to end my if statement by repeating fi, and then this done is to end my inner loop, and now it comes back to the outer loop, that is if count is equal to 0 and $I is not equal to 1, then I'm going to echo as $I as a prime number, or if it is not, I'm not going to echo it. So similarly this for loop will run till the last range will reach, and all the prime numbers inside that will be printed. So you can see over here the user has given the first range of prime number as 1, and then the last range of prime number is 10. So then I have printed all the prime numbers that comes inside it, that is 2, 3, 5 and 7. Okay, now the last question is sorting. So for that I'm asking the user to enter an array size. So here I'm going to use the array concept, and then I'm going to ask them to give the elements. So if the value is 5, I'm going to ask them to enter 5 elements by using a for loop, that is it will go till I is smaller than 5 if they produce 5. So here you can see we have given the for loop as I is equal to 0, I is smaller than n, then I plus plus, and I'm reading those numbers and storing it in an array. So declaring an array, we have to give the array name and then size of the particular array. So here I explicitly doing it, so I'm directly giving the input into the index number by changing the index number after each loop. Okay, then what I'm going to do is first after reading all the elements, I'm going to run a for loop. It is I is equal to 0, I is smaller than n, and I plus plus, and inside the for loop on another loop there is a nested loop again. So j is equal to expr I plus 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the first number to the next number. So for that I'm doing I plus 1, and then I run till n, and then I'll check if the first number is greater than second number. If the first number is greater than second number, I'm going to swap it. If it is not, then I'll leave it as it is. So here if the condition is greater than the first number is greater than a second number, then I'm going to swap it by using this expression, and it's t. I'm going to use a temporary variable. The t is equal to curly bracket, opening curly bracket, and no as then $I closing curly bracket. So this is how we take a value from an array by using the curly brackets, and then I'm swapping it. So after swapping it in my array, I'll have already sorted it in an ascending way. So for ascending order, I'll just simply print it from the beginning to the end, and for the descending way, for the descending order I will print from the ending. So you can see in ascending order it started from I is equal to 0, and descending order I'm going to start I is equal to expr $n minus 1, that is the last variable till the first one. So that's how I'm going to print the ascending and descending. So here you can see first I asked the user to enter 5 array of size of array given 5. So I've asked the user to give an number and in an unsorted manner, and then I've sorted it in ascending and descending, that is 1 to 5 and 5 to 1. So that's all with the video. Thank you so much for watching.